Good afternoon, Rabbi Wexelin, speaking to you from Spot, the clinic of the Baal Shem Tov and Beis Mashiach. Today, this video is devoted to coping with the corona pandemic and tragedies which happen every day. The last 2 years, there have been tragedies which is more than normally expected. Learning to deal with the tragedy is important for everyone. Now, there are ways to deal with tragedies through natural connections, like for trauma. There's psychologists, there's psychiatrists which treat people for trauma. There is, when there's a pandemic, medical science is working to find a way to be able to get us out of the pandemic. Basically, with vaccines, have been other medicines and that have been discovered and ways to help people. People have then a choice between whether to use the vaccines or to use these medicines to heal. Each one has their own choice. The establishment recommends vaccination, but not everyone has accepted that as the only answer. We've seen that people that got healed from corona naturally through using medicines like quercetin, hydrochloroquine, and ivermectin, and natural means, vitamin D, vitamin C, that they have even stronger antibodies than those that have taken the vaccine. In Israel already, their vaccine has worn off in older people, and they've been advised to take a booster. Ivermectin has been used by people. I met someone today, his wife in the 50s, a little overweight. She had corona, she used ivermectin. A friend of mine, his community was hit very hard by corona, and they used quercetin, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D. There are ways to deal with it naturally, but dealing with it emotionally is more in my field. Because I am clinic of Baal Shem Tov, and the Baal Shem Tov was not only a great rabbi, he was also a healer. Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, he told people not to depend on doctors as the only solution to problems of health. And he used that he said that if a person is simcha, he has joy and happiness, he has spiritual stimulation, the love of God, he has hope in the afterlife, he has hope, he prays to God for help in his own words or through reading the Psalms, that it gives him natural immunity to disease. There is a chassid today, his name is Yisrael was this in the last generation, Yisrael Be'adessa, who his chassidim, he lived over 100, his chassidim, his students, they pray to God, and they even pray to God in the name of Rabbi Nachman, Nana Nachman La'omen. And this is for them spiritual immunity from all sadness. Because Rabbi Nachman, they say, has resurrected, and through saying his name to connect to resurrection, which is spiritual healing. Spiritual healing is nothing new. It's something that's been in the world, and especially connecting to resurrection is the highest level of spiritual healing. It's not only a Christian concept, it's also today a Jewish concept. The Zohar connects with resurrection as a answer for people who have experienced deep trauma and sadness. This resurrection is eternal life. It's when a person dies, there's darkness, and when he comes back to life, there's light. So it's a revelation of the light that comes out of darkness. Resurrection is a type of spiritual healing, believing in the resurrection of Moses, Rabbi Nachman, and the tzaddikim, the righteous people of Israel. In the universal faith, we believe in the resurrection of Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, and all the prophets that have been in the world. That their resurrection is they resurrect together with Moses, and there's peace, healing for the whole world. It's not only Jewish, for everyone together. That's called the universal faith, and if you really believe in the resurrection of the prophets, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, and Rabbi Nachman, and other prophets that have been in the world, so you are spiritually elevated and you have natural spiritual healing, natural immunity. There is another connection to God through simple faith in God, which is to believe in God and God alone, and that He is almighty, all-powerful, and He has the power to heal us, and you can pray to God any time when you are in hard times, emotionally, or very sick, and it's going to help you. It might even help you have a refuah shalema, a complete healing, or it will help you emotionally. There was a great righteous man that talks about in the Talmud. He was Nachum Ish Gamzu. His name means Nachum, the one that says Gamzu L'Torah, everything is for good. He received all his suffering in life happily. And he said it's all for good. Also, we learn that everything that God does, He does for good. And this is called the solution of simple faith for everyone who believes in God with simple faith, and they try to hold themselves deep in the faith in God, and they pray for God's help, or they accept the sufferings of life. Sometimes they accept them because they feel that they were not worthy, and therefore this is a worthy punishment that they're receiving, or they accept them. They accept these suffering, but at the same time they want to live, and they want to see their children grow up and their grandchildren get married. So this is the solution of simple faith. The Lubavitcher Messianic movement has brought another solution for people that have trauma of the sufferings that we are seeing in this last generation, in the time of World War II, the Holocaust, and what we've seen with Corona, and what we've seen with what happened in Meron, and what we saw happened in Carlin when they fell off the bleachers, people in the middle of a celebration, and wonderful people died, and a building that crashed in Florida. and also there is floods in Germany and fires in Turkey. There's a lot of reasons for people to be sad and afraid of the future. The Lubavitcher Rebbe gave us hope. He gave hope to the Jewish people, principally for the Jewish people, but it's also hope for every human being. And that hope is that when he was declared by his followers to be the Messiah, the son of David, which is connected to the Jewish people, the Messiah, the son of David, is here to help us. And he can help us come after, not only in this life, that is, that guide us to make our lives better and happier following the precepts of the Torah, but he's there to help us also through trauma, and especially if we believe that he is the Messiah, the son of David, we believe that he is there for all the souls of Israel and those souls that have connected to Israel with love from all the nations of the world, that after death, the Messiah, the son of David, is there to help them come through what's called hell, which is the first stage of which everyone has to go through when they pass away. That is, to receive forgiveness for their sins. There's no one that in this world who has not sinned once in their life, and to bring us into the Garden of Eden. So this is the job of the Messiah, the son of David, to help especially the Jewish souls that suffered for being Jewish, and that they should receive a share in the afterlife for every mitzvah. And he encouraged every Jew even to put on the tefillin one time, or to participate in Jewish holidays, and to be proud to be a Jew. And he's the Messiah, the son of David, is the right hand of God. He's there, the rock of faith, and he will not let a Jew suffer in hell. He will work to bring that Jew out of hell and bring that Jew into happiness in the afterlife, in the Garden of Eden, and in the resurrection of the dead. There is the help of the Messiah, the son of Joseph, who basically, the Zohar says, he is the side of healing. It's a light of healing and a light of happiness to know God. Now, Messiah, the son of David, he is the faith in God, one God, which the Jewish people are the foundation in this world of faith in one God. While Messiah, the son of Joseph, is the connection to the knowledge of God, that is the unity of God on earth. God is one, but he's also a unity. Messiah, the son of David, David is connected to the one God, which is taught in the Jewish religion, and is taught to the whole world. And the Messiah, the son of Joseph, is connected to the unity of God, which is a higher light and gives healing even in this world. Messiah, the son of David, the main place for his healing is in the next world, because it says that there really is no reward in this world, especially compared to the reward in the next world. But the Messiah, the son of Joseph, is bringing healing even in this world to lift up people emotionally and that they should find God in this world, like the Jewish people found God when they went out of Egypt and at Mount Sinai. And it says, you saw it yourself. You found God. You found the unity of God. God is a unity, and there's none other. This is the healing of the Messiah, the son of Joseph, which takes the people out of sadness and puts them in happiness in this world. So both Messiahs are important, because whatever happiness we get to have in this world is nothing compared to the happiness that we have in the afterlife. At the same time, there's no greater experience than to find God and find the Messiah in this world, which is the Messiah, the son of David, and the Messiah, son of Joseph, the unity of the two Messiahs, as we are taught in the Zohar. Rabbi Israel Beradessa has brought this message into Judaism, and I'll read you a little from what he writes here. Each person should merit to be connected to the true tzaddik, the tzaddik of truth. The tzaddik of truth is that tzaddik who is the connection to truth, that is the unity of God, that he connects right and left, that there removes darkness from the world completely, and you see that there's only God and everything is good. And also the true tzaddik, he brings the person to the connection with the land of Israel. The land of Israel is an eternal place in this world, connected to eternity. Eretz Israel, Hiklalias HaKedusha Makol Kedushas. Israel is, the land of Israel is the combination of all holiness that there is. You have to believe that everything that happens comes through divine providence. And that belief in divine providence is revealed in Israel, the land of Israel, for in all times. The main faith and wisdom of this great tzaddik, Rebbe, talking about Rebbe Nachman, he's very great. Rebbe Nachman brought the light of God down into this world to the lowest levels with his words and his teachings. One of his teachings is, this world is a narrow bridge. There's a lot of conflicts, and it's hard. They're hard times. The main thing is not to fear, to have faith that we can come through these hard times. He taught that there is no such thing as being hopeless. There's always hope for everybody. And even when you are down in the pits, you're actually closer to God than when you didn't really know what was sadness. Because from sadness, you can discover happiness. When you think that you're happy, you really may not have been really happy, because your happiness was based on material values. But now that you have lost that happiness, which is based on material values, now you can find the happiness based on spiritual healing. So, Rabbi Nachman said it's a great mitzvah, it's a great deed to be happy all the time. And being happy all the time means finding this great tzaddik, who is light, who connects you to the unity of God, the unity of right and left and center, which is symbolized by the Mogen David, the Star of David, and by the letter Aleph, which is the first letter of the Jewish alphabet, which is a unity. So there is two connections to the letter Aleph. Aleph is the number one. Mashiach, the son of David, connects you to the number one, Aleph, to believe in one God. And Mashiach, the son of Joseph, connects you to Aleph, to believe in the unity of God, of opposites, which is right, left, and center. This is the unity which is taught in the Zohar. So a Jew has two different connections to God to overcome the conflicts that we're going through with Corona and also with other tragedies that are going on in the world, and things look darker and darker every day. One is through simple faith, believing in the Messiah, the son of David, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who we say lives forever, and also believing in Rabbi Nachman and his resurrection. That is a connection to the universal faith, and resurrection is connected to Adam before the sin. It's the highest level of spirituality, that Adam sits on a chair of glory, and he has then, as we learn, he sits on the chariot of glory, because he is connected to the three sides, which is right, left, and center, which are the tree of life, the tree of knowledge, and the unity of them, and more than anything with God, the infinite one, who we can never know. So there is supernal knowledge that is in the knowledge of the unity of God, but we know that we can't know God. So that's why we need two messiahs. One messiah is telling us to believe in God with simple faith, because really God is hidden. No matter how close we get to him, we're still very far from him. And the second level is to reach to God through the supernal knowledge, which is in the Zohar, and which is connected to Adam and the resurrection. And this enters into us and gives us spiritual healing. There is the spiritual healing that we get through believing in the afterlife, and the spiritual healing we get through connecting to the tzaddik emes that Rabbi Israel Bear is telling us is important for us to know about, and to learn his Sfarim, which is books of Breslov. The internet is loaded with things about Breslov, but Jew and non-Jew, everyone can connect to Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, and everyone can appreciate the work of the Jewish people to bring faith into the world through the Torah. Because the Torah has in it all the secrets, and it's a history book of mankind from before creation until the end of time. It is not only a history book, it's also in it is written the names of all the families of Israel and the world, as populations grew, and it's growing to 7 million today. And it's bringing also the message of the two messiahs, that is Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben Yosef. This message is in the first sentence of the Torah. It says, in the beginning, God created Es HaShamayim V'Ha'aretz, the heavens and the earth. There is a Messiah connected to heavens, which is Mashiach ben Yosef. He is the Messiah whose place is in resurrection, in the world that is above this world, in the Garden of Eden. And Es HaAretz, the Messiah connected to the earth, this is the Messiah that teaches mankind how to live and make this world into a kingship for God, and to receive a reward for our work in the afterlife. So the first sentence, in the beginning, God had in his mind during the 6,000 years of creation that should be revealed the secret of the two messiahs, the Messiah of heaven and the Messiah that is connected and to the earth. The whole Torah, the whole Bible written by Moses, he gave to the world the deepest secrets of God. They're in the Torah, but we can never know all these secrets. The advice for everyone is to have simple faith, like the simple faith that had the righteous man Gamzu Betova, Nachum Gamzu, buried in this city spot where I live, but he said everything that happens is for good. And all that God does is for our good. This world is only a corridor to the next world. The next world is the place of the reward for our good works in this world. And in the end, everyone should merit to have complete and perfect faith in God. Not only simple faith, but also connected to Messiahs. And it will bring us through all these tragedies and help us to feel happy until the last day of our lives.